You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hi, we are Enterprise-splaining, the podcast where we explain Star Trek Enterprise to each other and to you. I'm Maria, and these are my co-hosts, Jamie.
Hello.
And Bill.
Hello.
And today we are joined by a very special guest, Jim. Jim, please tell us who you are and why you are here.
My name is Jim. I produce audiobooks and podcasts and things, and I'm here because you asked me to be here.
Tell us, Jim, what is your relationship with Star Trek in general and with Enterprise in particular?
I came into Star Trek with Next Generation. I think I would have been about 10 or 11, which means that it immediately became my entire identity for a while.
I did the same thing, but I was 18.
But yeah, it was one of my intro science fiction things, and then I went back and watched the original series, and I got into Deep Space Nine, and sort of all the way through Voyager, but I have never watched Enterprise. By the time the 2000s hit, I was like, okay, there's so much Star Trek.
Right.
There's I'm into other science fiction now, right? Stargate exists.
Yeah. So you never even wanted to watch it. You were just out of it at that point and it wasn't like you started and then gave up on it.
No, never even tried. I was also at a point in my life where if I heard on the internet that something sucked, I'm never touching that thing. I'm never touching it. I'm too cool for that.
Back in the days.
And now I'm not cool for anything.
Back in the days where we could believe what was on the internet. That 2-week period. So you do know something about Enterprise. Tell us what you do know.
3 things about Enterprise. One, it's Captain Archer is played by Quantum Leap star Scott Bakula.
Sure.
True.
Right?
Correct.
2 is, I think, universally panned as the worst Star Trek in existence, which is a statement that is true about every Star Trek show,
almost certainly,
depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
And 3, it features a Lady Vulcan, the like only ever Lady Vulcan who gets lines, and it is very normal about it.
A Vulcaness, if you will.
All right. Well, that Lady Vulcan's name is T'Pol. You will be hearing much about her.
I'm learning new things already. Lifelong learning. That's my real commitment.
Awesome.
And to be clear, it's T'Pol with a T. When we watched the pilot, I thought it was DePaul, like the university,
DePaul.
the entire
Like
even when we recorded and talked about it, I thought it was DePaul, and it wasn't until later when I saw it written out that I'm like, oh, it's a T. There's a T there.
Yeah, and then we had Rebecca who was like T-Po.
T-Pang.
T-Pang.
Yeah.
She had a lot of names for her. Anyway.
All right.
So today we are going to be talking about the Star Trek Enterprise episode Rajiin. However, I am the only person here who has actually watched it, so it's my job to explain to my co-hosts and our guest what happened on the episode. But before we get started, just a reminder, we have merch. If you go to the TeePublic store on the ESO Network website, or just click the link in our show notes, you can buy our lovely Enterprise-splaining t-shirts or the very adorable Porthos Appreciation Society shirts. Also, one small piece of business, big news on my end, the voice of the computer and I are now thinking we will be at Dragon Con. So
wow. That's exciting.
Huge if true.
Huge if true. There's still a couple things we're working out, but I'm pretty sure we'll be there.
I'm so excited for you to come to Dragon Con.
I am excited for it as well. All right. Computer, tell us about the episode we are talking about this week.
Rajiin. Archer rescues a mysterious slave girl from an alien market. However, she soon begins using her strange powers to collect information about humans for her Xindi overlords.
Okay, so now it is time. This is going to be fun for you Jim. It is time for 2 truths and a lie. I am going to tell you 2 truths and a lie about this episode, and you can guess which is the lie. Are we ready?
So ready.
Okay. Number 1. A sexy lady fights with T'Pol and incapacitates her.
No. T'Pol doesn't get
Into it.
incapacitated. She's too badass.
Number 2. Hoshi has a flirty encounter with a sexy lady.
Into it.
So Hoshi is she's the other woman on
Only
the show.
other female.
Oh my god.
And
more than one.
yes,
And
there
she's
are
not
2
white.
whole women on the show.
So
And
progressive.
she is a translator, which is extremely useful in a world with a universal translator device.
She's the comms officer. And number 3, Trip runs away from a sexy lady.
Oh, wow. I'm excited that we're
Oh.
going to get some sexy ladies
Interesting.
action.
Trip is the
I think
engineer,
number 1 is the lie.
Jim.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Trip
Okay.
is the engineer and he is the
Himbo.
adorable one. Yeah, he's the himbo.
Yeah, he's the himbo.
So running away seems plausible then.
All right, so it's T'Pol is T'Pol is defeated by a sexy lady. What was the thing about Hoshi? What was Hoshi?
Hoshi has a flirty encounter with a sexy lady,
Okay.
or Trip runs
that
away from a sexy lady.
Hmm.
The second one is questionable because this show is very afraid of gay people. But I
Mhm,
really
mhm.
want it to be true so badly.
Like Star Trek has come a long way on the idea that gay people exist and are in space
Since this show, though, not
since this show. But yeah, like it's what year is this episode from? This is like
2002,
2002. Yeah, I was gonna say 2002, 2003. Like we aren't even at marriage equality.
Right.
No.
Yeah, and created by people who are allegedly potentially homophobic. So
This show
Yeah,
is very
so-
retrograde. Okay, so you said flirty. You said a flirty.
So, has a flirty encounter. Would you
I
like me to
can
read
see
them
that
again?
happening.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Flirty
I'm-
encounter.
All right, I'm gonna go with Trip runs away from a sexy lady.
All right, Jim, do you have a guess?
Lock in on number 1 is the lie.
Okay.
I think that Vulcans are undefeated in single combat.
yes, I agree.
Okay.
Like
Oh.
Spock is in rock paper scissors lizard Spock for a reason.
While you ponder what this week's lie may be, let's hear about one of our sister podcasts on the ESO network.
Hi, I'm Joe Heath,
And I'm Tony Heath,
and we host the Watchathon of Rassilon.
a podcast about Doctor Who,
We cover it all.
Classic Who,
New Who,
the Peter Cushing films,
the 1995 cult classic Tank Girl,
the unaired pilot of Star Trek.
a random episode of the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon,
One time, we just took a hike.
and, of course, Farscape.
The Watchathon of Rassilon.
We swear it's a Doctor Who podcast.
Okay, so since we are now in season 3 and it's an arc and we have a guest, I thought we might need a quick recap of where we are. So an unknown species called the Xindi attacked Earth, killing 7 million people.
Yeah, it was Star Trek
it was-
9/11.
It was Star Trek 9/11.
Yeah, we're not like adding that to it.
That's
it was
wild.
literally a
It was a
9/11
reaction.
allegory.
Like that's grotesque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enterprise went into the Space Bermuda Triangle, which Jamie will not let me call the Bermuda Triangle.
You can call it Bermuda Triangle. We just cannot name an episode of our podcast Bermuda Triangle. And
Okay,
also, it's
but what is-
Bermuda Pyramid.
What is the name of the podcast that you would put that episode?
Great question.
Like, what is the Enterprise spinoff? I assume that Enterprise spinoff podcast is called like Pon Far and is a
A pond too
a
far.
space sex ed podcast.
We actually tried to name an episode Porn Far, and I had to write an email to ESO Network to ask if we would be allowed to, and they had an argument about it, and then we decided not to do it.
Jamie, it's better to offer apologies than to
I
ask
agree.
permission.
I agree. JV is you ask too much. All right. So In the Space Bermuda Triangle, crazy and terrible things are supposed to happen all the time, like people getting turned inside out, even though they're still alive, or people going crazy. The Enterprise has experienced a few weird anomalies, like physics not working and breaking the warp drive. But overall, it's not really been that big of a deal so far.
Right.
The Xindi are a conglomeration of multiple species who attacked Earth because they somehow learned through some time travel that Earth was going to destroy their planet, so they decided to get ahead of the game and attack them instead. The reason that the Enterprise is in this Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Expanse, is that they think the Xindi are in there and they are going to try to find them because they are building a super weapon to destroy Earth entirely, and they want some very sweet, sweet, sweet cold revenge. Oh, and also Trip's sister was killed in the attack, and so he's having trouble dealing with that, which is manifesting in him having trouble sleeping.
It's kind of adorable that you think that explanation clarified things.
Doesn't clarify anything. Oh, by the way, also last week, Archer and 2 other crew members were transformed into a literally different species, but they got better.
You're just okay. You're defeating your own purpose here.
It's wild to me that this episode is like this arc is 2 years after actual 9/11.
Yeah,
like it's still very fresh in the cultural consciousness,
and it's a clear response to 9/11. There's no doubt.
Yeah, and then like they added military, like there's military guys called Makos on the ship, and we thought it was going to be like weird, but instead it just seems like it's like they wanted to honor the military by adding military people too.
They're so great.
Enterprise.
So right now, so to actually clarify things, they know virtually nothing about the Xindi. They have gone into this sector of space and they are trying to find out who the enemy is.
And kill them all, presumably, before they kill everybody on Earth.
So they're in this Bermuda Triangle, and there are Spermuda shenanigans,
exactly,
if you will, Spernanigans.
Spermanigans.
And are the Xindi also subject to these Spernanigans?
Everybody is subject to it, but most of the people flying around in the Expanse have a special insulation that protects them from that. And we'll get into that.
Space asbestos.
That's what
asbestos, if you will.
Literally said space asbestos. And we will be talking more about the space asbestos in this episode.
Excellent.
So we open on the Xindi conference room.
Oh, good.
Oh man, I love the Xindi conference room.
The Xindi conference room is basically a big weird table, and 2 of each type of Xindi are there. So there's 2 guys who look like grasshoppers.
Yep.
2 guys who look like Bigfoot.
Yep.
2 humanoid but reptilian, and 2 humanoid but not reptilian. Oh, and then there's 2 aquatic guys who are in
whales.
Tanks.
Yep, the whale, the dolphin people.
The manatees. Yep. So one of the non-reptilian dudes, whose name is Degra, is discussing a pretty bad lab accident that happened during the creation of their new superweapon. The lab was almost entirely destroyed, 3 researchers died, and he still isn't sure how much data was lost. This accident will delay their superweapon plans, potentially for months. The other species are very upset about this, particularly the grasshopper dudes and the reptilians. They are worried.
Those guys are dicks.
They're real dicks, man. Those guys just.
We've met these races like 1 or 2 times, and the grasshopper guys totally want to fucking destroy. Like they cannot wait to destroy Earth. Like they are really down.
Whereas the reptile guys are just like, well, I guess it's time to like clock in for my shift. We're going with Death Star.
So they're worried because the humans are in their space and have already attacked a trellium mine. Trellium is the space asbestos. And they didn't really attack a trellium mine. The guy who was running the mine tried to kidnap them all and they escaped.
Stupidest plot in the world.
Yeah, real dumb. So Degra gets real mad because, you know, building a weapon to destroy an entire planet is really hard, you guys. And not to mention really dangerous.
Is this a project management meeting for the Death Star?
Yeah, I was like, it's
exactly
basically
that.
It's like a terrorist, like, conference or what, like a terrorism conference.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
They've got a Kanban board set up, and someone is complaining because they're not filling out the right fields in Jira.
You're speaking my language, my friend.
Up.
So everybody starts to bicker. It's clear that just like we've seen in the past, the reptilians and the grasshoppers want a much more aggressive strategy than the others. But as they are arguing, the Xindi and the Bigfoot chime in saying that arguing is pointless. They knew there could be setbacks and they're too far along to change their plan. They really don't have any alternatives. The reptilian says, but they do actually have alternatives, but the others say that that option has been discussed and rejected. The reptilians and the grasshoppers think it might be time to reconsider. We do not know what this other option is. Degra says they don't have enough information about the humans to make this other option work, but the reptilian guy says that that can be remedied. Xindi and Bigfoot both say it's too dangerous, and reptilian scoffs at them, but Bigfoot insists that Degra deserves more time. But Xindi does say that if they don't see some progress soon, they'll have no choice but consider all their options. But
this is have another meeting.
Yeah, this is
there will be further meetings.
There will be further meetings.
Right.
Yeah, this is every work meeting I've ever been in.
This is definitely one of those, this meeting could have been an email. But that is the end of the cold open, which brings us to the theme song, which means it's time for Jamie's Diane Warren update of the week. But before we get into that, Jim, tell us, have you heard the theme song to Enterprise, and do you have thoughts about it?
I never have.
Well, here we go then.
All right, Jim, well, since you have not seen it, but you are joining us for the second contact, what we will do is have you watch it. And do not skip the intro. Listen to it and tell us what you think when you come back for the second contact.
I'm very excited to hear your thoughts on it. Jim, do you know who Diane Warren is?
Only in the context of conversations I have had with you and Bill.
You're like, Jamie, I'm friends with you.
Yeah. Of course,
yes.
I know.
And in that context, I have heard of Diane Warren. I know that she's some sort of prolific TV theme composer.
Yes, well, like movie theme. Really.
Every power ballad you've ever heard of has been written by Diane Warren.
Yeah, that's my understanding. But I couldn't name one off the top of my head.
Unbreak My Heart.
Don't Want to Miss a Thing.
Rhythm of the Night.
Yeah.
Blame It on the Rain.
Yes, Blame It on the Rain. Yeah, so very prolific. And she wrote the theme song to Enterprise, which is why I get to talk about Diane Warren every week.
Which was originally in Patch Adams.
Yes.
Sung by Rod Stewart, but in Enterprise is sung by Russell Watson.
Yes.
Wait, so the
so
theme I'm used to like a classic Trek theme, which is just lots of brass, and sort of like sort of like vaguely inspirational exploration music. And now you're telling me there's a Rod Stewart song?
Yes. Our friends at First Flight podcast described it as a secularist spiritual anthem, which I think is not inaccurate.
Okay.
It's dad rock. It's imagine if
in for a treat. Yeah. All right, Jamie, tell us about your update.
All right, so do you guys watch the TV show Hacks?
Yes, love it.
I have seen it. Yes.
Have you seen any of the new season?
I have
not the most recent season. Because it just the new season just dropped, right? Recently?
Yeah, I think there's like maybe 6 episodes out at the time that we're recording this. I've previously talked about a new song by Diane Warren called Hate to Be the One, sung by Izzy Escobar. It was the one that I said was like, felt way more fresh and new and was actually
you said
pretty
it was
good.
A cool lyric too, yeah.
Well, we found out this week why she wrote it. So I'm actually going to share my screen in a second and we're going to watch a very short video. So let me just set this up real quick. So in the new season of Hacks, There's a storyline where Deborah Vance, who's played by the iconic Jean Smart, briefly dates a hot young pop star, and then he breaks up with her and writes a breakup song about her, and then we get this short scene at the end of one of the episodes.
Excellent.
People are going to want to hear your side of the story at the MSG show. It could be good for ticket sales.
That's true. And if he can make art about me, I can make art about him. It's a two-way street. I need to clap back. Call Diane Warren!
I'm not gonna lay down and die. So fuck you and fuck your goodbye.
Yeah, so it goes right. That is the Diane Warren song. That is the new Diane Warren song.
You guys, I'm not going to tell Stephen about this. I'm going to let him discover it when we work hacks. He's going to lose his fucking mind.
I'm sharing my screen with you guys right now. I know listeners at home will link to it, but what do you guys see over here on the right?
Oh my god! So
because I'm for some reason the only one of us logged into our Enterprise Planning Instagram account. You guys probably don't know that I comment on a lot of Diane Warren posts.
Oh, I do know because you told us.
And I commented on this one with our Enterprise Planning account, and I wrote "obsessed with that needle drop." And there's one reply, which I will open now. So Diane Warren replied, at Enterprise Planning, me too, 3 exclamation points. Hate to be the one, sung at Izzy Escobar. She tagged the singer. 3 more exclamation points. Microphone emoji, 4 fire emojis, record emoji, 2 heart emojis.
This, I'm understanding, is the Enterprise Planning version of like the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, where, right, Diane Warren is touching the finger of the host. The point of contact between mortality and divinity.
There's a movie by Alex Ross Perry called Her Smell, which I kind of recommend. It's more of a character piece, but it's about a female rocker, sort of a Courtney Love-esque person who, like, you just chart her. She's at her peak and then she falls, but at one point she's like recording an album and her ex-husband shows up to like collect their child or something like that. And it's like, and one of the other people in the band is like, "Oh, you're Dirtbag Dave," and he goes, "It's just Dave, thank you."
So anyways, I thought that was great. I do have to say though, if you want a revenge song, I feel like Diane Warren is not who I would call. Like, she's not exactly known. This is a revenge song and it is really good and it's one of the best songs she's written in a long time, but I don't think of her when I think revenge song. So
who would you call? An important question.
Like an Olivia Rodrigo type, I feel like.
Yeah, Alanis Morissette, come on.
Yeah.
My go-to, I think, would be Tom Waits.
Yeah. Like, if I'm going to Diane Warren for like a huge inspirational or just like
I
a
love
real,
you.
like
When you're in love, you go to Diane
when you're
Warren.
in love, or you just want something like inspirational or like big, but like a petty revenge song, like she's not. Oh, but I have to say, this is a great petty revenge song that she wrote. So you know what? She can do it all.
Contains multitudes.
That's right.
And in fact, so the other thing that I had about Diane Warren this week is that there was a big New York Times Magazine article profiling the 30 greatest living songwriters, and Diane Warren made the list.
Amazing.
And
Good.
in the profile written by Wesley Morris, it mentions that there's a Spotify playlist called Written by Diane Warren that has 581 songs on it.
Holy shit.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, she is quite prolific, but I had like a couple lines from it that I really liked. He wrote that she downplays anything specific because her music trusts its interpreters. The songs are silhouettes for a vocalist to customize, invest in, and in some of the best outcomes eventually immolate. And that the song spines are elastic, accommodating the acoustic, electronic, the Caribbean, the bombastically orchestral in arrangements that always seem fun for performers to brand with their likeness. And I feel like that definitely is like what we've talked about before. Like, her songs are very general. They're not specific. in any way.
Absolutely.
And they're taken by like all sorts of different artists and who like adjust them to what they need and what they like. It basically, she just like provide, like I like you called it like a spine. Like she provides the spine of a song, and then different artists can like take it and like turn that into something that it like means something for them. So I thought that was interesting. I mean, look, she wrote the Enterprise theme song for Patch Adams, and it works for Patch Adams, and I guess works ? For Enterprise as well.
It's there.
It
So
certainly
excited
is
for
That
that
was-
there.
song now.
That was the one code that Lower Decks could never crack, that they could never get the Diane Warren theme in there, even when they referenced
Yeah, they tried.
Enterprise.
So that's it for Diane Warren update this week.
Thank you, Jamie. Fantastic update this week. So now that the theme song is complete, we can get into this episode.
Oh, right. This is about Star Trek Enterprise. Sorry.
This is about Star Trek.
Yes.
I'm reading the first sentence of this and realizing I need to explain something to Jim. But the first sentence is, we go straight into totally not sexy neuropressure time with Trip and T'Pol. So,
Oh no.
So Trip is having trouble sleeping, as I mentioned, because he went through this trauma, and T'Pol is helping him through Vulcan neuropressure, which appears to involve them both being half naked and pushing on. It sort of feels like space chiropractors. But
Yeah, except that you have to be sexy when you have to be
sexy
sexily when you
and
do it.
not very clothed. So
Yeah, and
they
if
are
you do
sitting-
it right, it causes the
Is that
person
not
to
how your
orgasm.
chiropractor does it?
yeah,
Am I
and
the
if your
only one?
chiropractor does that, there's a lot more wrong.
Oh,
Is fully clothed chiropractic a thing? So T'Pol is the sexy Vulcan lady, and Trip is the himbo, the blonde
himbo engineer. So they are sitting in T'Pol's quarters facing each other. There's a candle between them. Trip is shirtless. Candle, just a candle. It's just a candle. Sometimes a candle is just a candle, Bill. So Trip is shirtless. T'Pol is in her little silk pajamas, which are, the way I describe them, Jim, is they're 2 sizes too small, and they have one single button that's buttoned. They have other buttons, but only one is buttoned.
but you know, it's like a suit jacket, right? One or none.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That is her choice.
That's how again, isn't that how everybody does their pajamas?
Yes, I always button one button over my
That's
ample
all.
breasts.
That is all that is needed for. Okay. So she has, guys, we're 3 lines into this. She has her hands in front of each of his ears, right below his temples. And she is asking if the pressure is sufficient. He says she could go a little harder.
Are they facing each other?
They're facing each other, yes. So he
Harder,
says
harder,
she
harder.
says she could.
They're not curling team, Bill.
So she adjusts her hands and he sighs and says that's perfect. He asks her to try that neck thing, which she reminds him is called the cavorta posture. I bet they're cavorting.
The premise of this is Trip is having, because of his trauma of losing his sister, is having trouble sleeping, and T'Pol is helping him with neuropressure. How great would it be if T'Pol is just giving him the Vulcan nerve pinch and putting him out
Every
for like
time.
That's what I was going to
Every
say.
time.
The Vulcans already have a neck thing that helps you sleep.
This is not that.
Wait,
Right? She comes by, 2 seconds. Here you go. Have a great night.
during
Right.
our Mammary Alpha segment, when I was on the neuropressure page, I forgot to mention, it mentions that a Vulcan nerve pinch is Vulcan
Is
neuropressure. It's just a different type. So it is,
Makes sense.
that is
That
part
makes
of
sense.
Vulcan neuropressure.
And one of the things that T'Pol has been saying, and she says a little bit more here, is that no human has ever had neuropressure before. And it can be dangerous if it's not done right.
I think there are some humans who've
Yeah, I think
experienced
they
some
have too.
neuropressure, right? Like Spock's half Vulcan. There's some neuropressure.
But so Spock, because that's the
that's-
few. So we're way in the
this
past.
is pre-Spock.
This is pre-Federation.
Oh, I didn't know
No,
that.
this is the
I
first.
didn't
This is
know.
1.0. This is 100 years before.
I knew that it was farther back in time. I didn't
Oh no,
realize
this
how
is
far
100
back.
years before original series.
It's the first Enterprise. It's the very first Enterprise. The first time they've gone out into space.
When it's the first warp 5.
I mean, yeah, it's in beyond their solar system.
Right.
Yeah. And yeah, that's the first warp 5 drive.
In the timeline, it's like Star Trek First Contact, and then
this. Exactly.
Okay. I'm learning
Captain
things already.
Archer, as a child, knew Zephram Cochrane from...
Oh, geez.
So it's that far back.
I believe it's just about the halfway point between First Contact and TOS.
Original series.
Also, in this timeline, the Vulcans are assholes.
Such assholes. Like the fucking
as
worst.
opposed to the regular timeline.
Believe me.
More so.
They're so bad.
Also, their uniforms have pockets.
Except for T'Pol's,
that's like very new. Okay, no other Star Trek has pockets.
TNG
uniforms have pockets, don't they?
No, there's no pockets.
Let's get back to sexy touching.
Okay. All right. So she reminds him that posture is called the Kavorta posture and hesitates, asking if he's sure. And he tells her not.
Wait, is she going through the Vulcan Kama Sutra? Is that what's happening?
I mean, I think it's like yoga postures. There's different names for different postures. It's normal. It's not unusual.
Yeah. Downward facing Kavorta. Continue.
What a ball!
So he tells her not to worry because he's been practicing his breathing. So she does this posture, which involves her putting her fingertips on either side of his jaw near his neck. And as she does this, he breathes. And after a few breaths, she agrees that he has been practicing. He keeps going, and then he opens his eyes and tries to talk to her, but she tells him not to talk and to relax his jaw. He complies, and she compliments him, says he's doing everything right.
Oh, they always want you to relax their jaw,
Relax
don't
your
they?
jaw, man. But then she removes her hands and wants to move to the next posture. But Trip says he really needs to talk to her about something. He doesn't think they should keep doing these neuropressure sessions. She doesn't understand why. It definitely seems to be helping him. And he says, yes, but people are talking. With him going to her quarters at night, people, and at which point I said, read Malcolm, are saying that there's more going on than just neuropressure. He knows it shouldn't bother him, but Malcolm made a snide comment about his magic fingers last week. Malcolm is the tactical officer who is, definitely not gay. For sure not gay. We are sure he's not gay.
Straight.
He's so straight.
He's had sex with
more
so
than 3
many
girlfriends.
Which he makes sure to mention a lot.
As much as he
is. He 15? Is that?
Well, everyone on the show
Well,
is 15.
the creators of the show are, and we're very concerned because there was apparently a rumor that he was gay. And then they have to remind us all the time that he's absolutely not gay.
Yeah. Okay. So Malcolm made a snide comment. Trip is let it get to him. Thinks that it's bad form and everybody's gossiping about it. T'Pol is, of course, entirely unconcerned. She says it's idle gossip.
Right.
She says they're both senior officers, and even if they were pursuing a romantic relationship, it wouldn't be Malcolm's concern. And Trip says he supposes that's true. And now that this is settled, she asks if they should continue, and he smiles and nods.
So let's move on to anal.
Yeah, like this is space. People are doing
Space anal.
How big is the crew of the Enterprise? Right, like.
So there were 83 people, but then
now
some
there's
of
about
them
100.
left
they lost
before they
one.
went in the expand.
Okay, so it's
then
not
one
even
died.
close to like because
It's way smaller.
like TOS Enterprise is bigger and like TNG Enterprise is like this.
Right.
It's like the size of a small town.
Yeah. No, this is
No,
quite small.
Right, they're putting the D
and then they
Enterprise
gained like
D.
military people. Yeah, it's something between like 80 and 100.
Yeah.
I don't think we've found out.
The idea that nobody on that boat is sleeping with each other is
right, but everybody's sleeping with each other
madness.
for sure.
It's space. What else is there
okay,
to do?
Daniel Day Kim is on this ship, so 100%
Oh my
people
God.
are sleeping with each other.
Probably Hoshi, because she was into it. All right.
Yeah, no kidding. He's Daniel Day Kim.
Yeah.
Trust me, when I saw Daniel Day Kim show up, he's new in this season, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? Okay.
Is he a doctor? I assume
No,
he's a
he's a
doctor.
blurry man in the
he's a
background of
military
scenes.
guy. And thus,
Soldier.
it was extremely early in his career, and he has had maybe one
He's in
line
the back-
so
he's a
far.
background-
He's
he's a
very
background
at the
character.
moment, which
Yeah.
is really fucking annoying. Anyway, this scene is actually kind of a nice scene. It sort of shows them getting more comfortable with each other, and the fact that it is really helping him.
Any scene between these two
Them
is
is
going to
nice.
make me happy. It's just
Mhm.
because, and Jim, you get my headcanon for this show is that these two characters were fucking from the first episode because they have such a bitchy relationship. Anytime Trip is the Kirk, the himbo of this show. So he's the girl. Any girl that shows up is interested in Trip, and anytime it happens, Paul is there with a bitchy ass comment.
She's great.
To slam him down. So my headcanon is that they're in a sexual relationship, but she's like, you can't tell anybody about this. And he's like, okay, well, then I'm going to have to
Pretend.
fuck other people. And you get... So.
Okay. So next scene, Enterprise is flying through space, and then we cut to Porthos!
Yay! Oh my god!
Hey!
Porthos is Archer's small, sweet beagle.
There's a puppy
who
on this
is-
show.
Who is
Excellent.
sleeping in his little bed, but he gets woken up because Archer is panting and mumbling in his sleep. Porthos looks up and we see Archer, who's all tangled in his sheets. He's like twitching and kicking. He's flailing a little. And he wakes up and he sighs, scratching a spot on his shoulder. He turns on the light and looks in the mirror, and he still has some of the scabs from his transformation last week.
Interesting.
So he's got a one on his cheek and then one on his forearm. And then he's looking in the mirror and he scratches at the one on his cheek and it comes off and there's a red spot. And the next scene is in sickbay. Phlox is examining Archer's back. Phlox is the doctor. Is examining Archer's back and admonishing him for scratching.
Sorry,
Archer's
doctor with
vet.
quotes
He's
around
the
it.
vet.
He is a doctor. He has multiple degrees, one of which is in veterinary science.
Okay, but mostly what we see him do is the vet stuff. He's a vet. He's a space vet.
It's not even so much that he's a vet. He's a doctor, but he is a researcher. I think he is like he wants to take everyone apart and put them back together and see what happens. That's the undercurrent of Phlox.
I mean, the Bermuda Triangle seems like the place to be.
Yes.
That's why
in
he's
the
so
pilot
excited.
episode-
International waters.
In the pilot episode, he said the reason he was going with the Enterprise was so he could study humans.
Yeah.
So that's where we are with Phlox.
He's running his own little Stanford prison experiment on the ship.
Yeah, he specifically said he wanted to study humans under pressure. So yes.
For an illness to cross the episode boundary is dangerous.
Well, and they are actually they have done this a couple of times where something that happened in the last episode, it was not a full reset like you usually have with Star Trek. I know,
Unheard of.
it was crazy. It's actually a really nice piece of this. So Archer says the itching kept him up all night and that the ointment that Phlox gave him was very stinky and he hated it.
Yeah.
He starts to scratch his shoulder and
creature did
Phlox
it come
slaps his hand. saying the more he scratches, the longer it'll take to heal.
Oh my god, did they put Archer in a cone?
Why did they not do that? God damn
I don't think the cone wouldn't keep him from scratching. You need to put him in one of those burritos.
Yeah.
Put
A thunder shirt?
tape oven mitts to his hands like in the episode of Friends.
Or like the onesie, like my kitten was so tiny when she got her spay that we had to put her in a little onesie because she could wiggle out of the cone.
Yeah, you can put Archer in a onesie. I'm fine with that. All right.
I mean, isn't a Star Trek uniform
Well, that's
just
kind of-
one
I
of
guess
those
it is.
onesies?
It's a good point to this.
That's what the Enterprise uniform is. Phlox just needs to put a little lock on the zipper that they can't.
So Phlox goes to get him the stinky ointment, and they start talking about the fact that they think they found a source of trellium-D. Archer says that a Varadian chemist that they met at the deuterium station claims he knows how to synthesize it.
Is this is the thing that they need to put on the hull?
This is the space asbestos.
The space asbestos.
Put this on the hull. This will protect them from the anomalies. Okay.
Exactly. And Phlox says he hopes it does because crewman Cutler broke her arm because of one of the spatial anomalies.
Cutler.
Yeah, it was a Cutler reference.
Jim, Cutler was a minor character in the first season, but then apparently at some point after that, the actress died. So this is like a nice little, it's a nice reference to her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Even though obviously the actress can't be on anymore.
And she was down to fuck.
She was down to fuck. I really am sad that we didn't continue to see her because I think she could have gotten real crazy.
And they'd have to like synthesize or something like that's a big deal because this is this pre-replicators, pre-transporters?
So transporters exist.
Transporters exist.
They've used them on humans, but it's rare and they don't fully trust them. But they use them for cargo all the time.
Sensible.
Replicators do not exist in the way that we are used to them, but they have some sort of protein resequencer thing, so they can make fake meat.
They can create meat, but somebody has to cook it. Chef has to. They have a chef on the ship.
They have a chef on ship.
Oh, fabulous!
Yeah, but for the most part, all the technology is exactly the same, but some things just have a different name.
Right, and it's like V1, so it's like phase pistols instead of phasers. So Phlox opens up the tin of ointment and Archer recoils because it smells bad, but he eventually takes some and starts putting it on the scabs. Phlox asks if he's had any other symptoms, and Archer says just dreams. He keeps seeing himself back in that alien city.
Oh, wow.
Phlox says that it'll take time for him to fully recover. He was, after all, transformed into an entirely different species. I mean, this really made me think about how much these guys need a fucking ship's counselor. Like, Phlox is right. Like, he was literally turned into a different creature. There is going to be some mental fallout even after all the scabs are gone. I mean,
that also affected his mind.
Yeah. Remember when Picard was Borgified? Like, there was 3 episodes of him dealing with that shit.
Not even that. The Inner Light episode where Picard literally lived another life. And let me
an entire
be clear
life,
about this. Phlox has a psychiatry degree. Now, in modern parlance, psychiatrists are doctors who prescribe drugs for this, but psychiatrists have training in
psychology. Yep.
Yeah, but he's very busy. There's a dog on the
ship. Also, he has no assistants.
He's the only doctor on the ship.
There's no nurses. As far as we can tell. There's nothing else. There's nobody else with any medical experience on the ship.
Anyway, Archer reluctantly takes the ointment and leaves. Next scene, the ship is approaching a planet, and we see a shuttle pod heading down to the planet. It approaches and lands on this big floating installation that's in the middle of the ocean. It's a bunch of different platforms or barges with buildings on them, and they're connected with bridges. It's kind of cool looking.
Do we know why they went to this planet?
Yeah, so what Archer said was that there was a chemist that he had met on another station who said that he knew how to synthesize trellium. So trellium is typically mined. Yeah. So they're going to meet that chemist.
Okay.
So Archer, Trip, and Malcolm are walking through. It's sort of a bazaar. They've got their Enterprise windbreakers on, not the puffy ones, just the light jackets. We talk a lot about fashion on this show, Jim.
Excellent.
And there are, lots of people showing off their goods, trying to get their attention. Archer says the chemist's shop is on barge 12. There are a whole bunch of cages and dead animals hanging from the ceiling. Sure. Trip says Phlox would have a field day there. And he's right.
Checks out.
Yeah. An alien approaches and greets them, and Archer asks him where barge 12 is, but the alien really wants to introduce them to the local wildlife. He points to a cage that's hanging nearby. Yeah. that seems to be like, it's like one of Phlox's cages. It's got a whole bunch of grass and stuff in it. You don't actually see a creature. There might be some eggs in the corner. Anyway, Archer says, tries to blow him off, says it's not necessary, but the alien insists that xanthan marmots make wonderful pets.
Phlox would be so excited.
He'd be so excited. I really felt bad that Phlox didn't get to come to this.
Is there a reaction from... So this is the first interstellar voyage of humans.
Well...
Right? Are the aliens like... Who are those little weird fleshy guys?
Yeah, they don't really. So what the sort of the runner on this show is that they will meet aliens. The aliens aren't surprised to see them, but they will be like, we don't recognize you. And they will say, oh, we're from Earth. And the alien will be like, never heard of it.
I guess they just look like Vulcans who've had their ears clipped,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Like they were part of some feral Vulcan catch and release program. Right? You fix them, you tag their ears, and then you let them go.
They're like show Vulcans. Their ears are docked.
Yeah.
There's a whole like thing where like that is not, you shouldn't be doing that to live creatures.
Which changes the context of this whole conversation with this alien about the marmots, where he's like, no, like obviously you've been held in captivity.
Let us help you.
Yeah, they've been TNR'd. Yeah. They're like, we gave them their spay and clipped the ear.
They sterilized the humans and clipped their ears.
You gotta spay the humans. Like, the population gets out of control if you don't, and they get everywhere.
Worse than tribbles.
Humans be federating.
All right, so the alien opens the cage and reaches in to get this thing, saying they're also very tasty. Archer again says, no, thank you, starting to get annoyed, and the alien looks disappointed. Archer asks if he can just tell him where Barge 12 is, and the alien sort of sullenly tells them and closes his cage and walks away. They find their way to the chemist's shop. He is an alien with big forehead ridges that make him look like he has kind of giant eyebrows, and his nostrils appear to be on the outside of his nose. That's the best way I can describe it.
So this guy's just like a dealer, right? Because like a chemist?
A chemist. Well, he has his shop has like different bottles and concoctions. Yeah, he's some sort of a dealer. Like
he's a dealer. He's a drug dealer.
Yeah. He also
Clearly,
has
he's a
just
chemist.
Deals in space asbestos.
He also has just the worst haircut. Like it's a bad bob. Like he had the worst bang. He was like, "Did you cut those bangs yourself, honey? That was a mistake."
Cannot wait to see this.
The idea of a bad haircut in a universe where Vulcans exist.
So they are going to this guy who runs a shop on a barge for a coating that will protect their ship from the anomalies of physics that exist in this space.
Correct.
Okay.
You are correct. Because the best way to fight physics is with chemistry.
So it would be like I want to protect my battleship from nuclear EMPs. Here's a homeopath. You need to go to find him.
You gotta go talk to Barge 12 Barry.
Okay.
Barry's gonna hook you up. And you could go the official route. Right. You could get a quote. Okay, it's gonna take a long time, but you go talk to Barry. Barry will sort you out in 2 weeks.
Let me just update my
but you gotta pay
my
cash.
Bumble profile. Barge 12 Barry. type.
Okay, he's going to be called Barry from now on, my friends. So, at first, Barry tries to blow them off, but Archer reminds him that he's looking for the formula for trellium-D. At which point, the chemist conveniently remembers them and starts talking about how rare and hard to synthesize trellium-D is. But he says he's sure they can come to a fair price. He also says that he recalls Archer was eager to learn about the Xindi and asks what their interest is in them. Archer says they're on a diplomatic mission.
Okay.
All right. Diplomatic is doing a lot of work in that sentence.
We are going to liberate.
We want to deliver 12 megatons of diplomatic missions.
Joy to them.
I guess this raises to me like two questions about galactic geopolitics. One is like, are the Xindi just sort of chill with everyone else? And all these people live in the Bermuda Triangle.
From what we can tell, yes.
Right. Well, the thing about the Expanse is it is literally like the Saragossa Ski. Once you can... Getting in is extremely difficult, and getting out is impossible.
You can check out anytime you like, but you can never.
Yeah,
never
Hotel
leave.
California, Spotel, if you California, if you will.
Hotel California.
I'm
never getting through
everything
this
that the Federation does not exist, but everything that the Vulcans know is that everybody who has tried to leave the Expanse, insane or destroyed or
Okay.
Yeah, turned insane and turned on each other, kind of crazy shit.
Which raises another question, which is, what do they do with money?
Yeah.
How does
what they are
like you're gonna pay? Are they gonna barter?
They
Is there
barter. So far, they have
Great
mostly
question.
bartered. But it's a great question because really coming in, they should have thought of that because the first time they get asked for something, they're like, oh, well, I guess we can like repurpose the things on our antimatter reactor and get you some platinum from there. Will that like they're literally ripping apart their own things.
Sorry, our captain's a white person. He's used to just colonizing everything and taking whatever he wants.
Basically, yes.
Jim, if your question is, have the writers of this show thought about this at all? The answer is no.
No.
Which is disappointing to me because I think the answer would be fascinating.
So many things about this could be fascinating.
It would be if they thought about this at all.
I cannot tell you how many times on this show I have said, it would be really interesting if they just did this.
You could write a really good episode
would be
about
so
this
good.
idea.
I'm pretty sure we could write a really good episode of Enterprise at this point.
Like if this is a Dungeons and Dragons campaign that I'm running, this is the moment where my players look at me and are like, "This campaign is bullshit. Like this is just bullshit, isn't it?"
Absolutely. So he says they're on a diplomatic mission.
Spungins and Spraggins.
Never making it through. Oh God. Okay. So Barry grins and says, sure, diplomatic mission, whatever, but also some Xindi arrived there last week. Archer, well, everybody immediately perks up. Barry says he'd be happy to direct them for a small fee. And Archer says that Trip has the list of the stuff that they're willing to barter. And if the chemist tells them where to find the Xindi as a gesture of good faith, Trip will stay and work out the details while he and Malcolm go and figure that out. So next scene, we see a sexy lady.
Excellent.
She has long blonde hair. She is in a dress that appears to be made of silvery white ropes.
Sorry.
It's just
like a
Fantastic.
corset, sort of
like knotted,
it's like
or
Okay.
knotted ropes all like
Yeah, this is Star Trek. It's okay to dress like a Final fan, right?
Sort of what it is. She has some red markings along her chest and a metal medallion on her arm, also with some red markings. She's standing on a little platform displaying herself. And as we pan around, we see many other sexy ladies, also in sexy clothes and also with medallions on their
God
arms.
damn it, we switched. I got the cave episode, you got the sexy lady episode.
I almost said that to you at the last second contact recording. I was like,
First off, Specs work is work, and secondly, there's prostitutes.
It's worse. Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
One of them has some sort of whip. Another has this like metallic top that only covers the tops of her boobs. They all have these little medallions, which look like price tags because they are.
Oh,
they're sex slaves.
It's live OnlyFans.
Yes, correct.
I don't like this. I really don't like this.
It's
This is the point in the D&D campaign where everyone starts to get really fucking uncomfortable. Like, why is this person doing this?
Yeah, why do they have to make the sex slaves sexy? Like, I
Wait.
hate
Sorry.
this.
Your problem is they have to make the sex slaves sexy?
Well, no, because like it's gross for a show to be like, look at these sexy sex slaves. I don't like it.
Okay.
It's one thing if they're just sex workers, but if they're actually slaves, like that's really cute. I don't like it. I don't like this.
We don't get into the financials behind it, but they talk about buying the lady. So
maybe they're consenting. I don't know. Sounds like not.
Okay, Jamie, we can make that. We can actually have that conversation at the end of this.
Right.
Okay, so Malcolm and Archer walk up, and they are immediately approached by an alien with a very large blue forehead, and it looks like the ridges of his brain are coming through his forehead.
Ooh, cool.
He's a very, very long head. He is in full sales mode, asking what they're interested in.
Malcolm says, I'm looking for somebody who eats insects. Butterflies.
Yeah, and Archer's like, slugs? Do you have any slugs?
Slugs? Any slugs?
Any ladies who turn into slugs and then back into slugs. Jim, we are not explaining this to Jim. Let's move on.
Slugs. Okay.
I mean, it makes sense. This is a space bazaar. Right. Like, the idea that there's one uniform notion of sexiness is very strange.
Yeah. Well, Archer asks about the Xindi, and the merchant says that they were excellent customers who purchased 2 Utani serpent women. He says he doesn't have any more, but offers them a different lady. Archer says they're not interested. They just want to find the Xindi, and the seller says they left orbit 2 days ago. Archer asks where they were heading, and the man says he can't reveal confidential information about his clients. He keeps trying to...
There's no HIPAA laws in space, but I'm sorry. Sex trade, I'm sorry. This is extremely personal information. How dare you,
I can't tell you about that. Well, I sort of figured he was trying to get him to pay for the information. But as you will see, anyway, let me continue. He keeps trying to sell them the ladies who like pout and make sexy eyes at them. And Archer just sort of turns away. But suddenly he looks back at the blonde lady in the white ropes who is standing on a platform a little ways away, just making eyes at him. And something clearly happens between them. Archer just turns and stares at her, and he's confused, and she like intensely stares back at him.
Okay.
That's neuropressure.
There's some neuropressure going on there. The merchant says he has an excellent eye and that this lady can be very accommodating. But before Archer can say anything, he gets a comm. It's Trip telling him that... Stop it.
No, I love that. This lady can be very accommodating. She won't be, but can be.
She's got a lot of miles on her.
Huge fuck you energy.
If you're,
but yeah, he very much has a used car salesman vibe going on. It's not. So Trip has calmed in, saying that he's done negotiating and needs to go back to the ship to get the items that they're paying the guy with. And Archer says they'll meet at the shuttle pod, and he and Malcolm walk away, which is really weird to me because the guy literally just said he had seen the Xindi and was being like coy about it. And in the last episode, or in the last couple of episodes, Archer has literally tortured people who have happened to have seen a Xindi. So,
well, there are a lot of witnesses around, so
fair, I guess. But okay, anyway,
I just see Jim's face, and we're just like, yeah, we're just gonna move past the whole torture thing.
God.
Actual torture, yeah, you don't want to know.
Yeah, this is post 9/11 Star Trek, all right.
Yep.
Archer says he'll meet them at the shuttle pod. They walk away, and the merchant is still calling after them. Archer does turn back and look at the woman again, but then says thanks and leaves. They are heading back towards the exit when there's a commotion at the lady stall.
That's my favorite Diane Warren song.
The lady stall.
Commotion at the lady stall.
Commotion at the lady stall.
Commotion at the lady stall is my all drag queen Panic at the Disco cover band.
Gucci, Gucci, yeah. Commotion at the lady stall.
Oh my God. Okay, so they turn around and they see that lady running towards them. And she throws herself at Archer, flinging her arms around his neck and saying, "Take me with you, please."
That's how they get you. That's how they get you. If you're in Italy and they thrust the flowers into your hand, now you have to pay for them.
Archer, to his credit, sticks his arm straight out to his side while she's like around his neck and looks at her like she's insane. I just happened to pause on a still of it, and it made me laugh so hard. And just that one still of him going, "What the fuck?" was very funny. Anyway.
T-pose for dominance.
Like he's an aardvark.
Oh my God. Okay, so the merchant shows up and says that since the lady is determined to be sold, they should go back to the shop and arrange for payment. And Archer says, "Nope.
You break it, you bought it."
I told you, that's how they get you.
And the merchant says that in that case, he'll take his merchandise back.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So
the girl
gross.
shakes her head and snuggles closer to Archer, and Archer says she clearly doesn't want to go with him, and immediately things get fighty. The merchant grabs the girl by her hair. Archer pushes him away. The merchant pulls a weapon, and Archer just flings himself at him. They fight. They're knocking
move.
over stuff. Archer eventually punches the guy. It's one of those fights that looks like it's just going to be a silly fight. But then at one point, he punches him really hard a couple of times. And then he like grabs a long cloth that's hanging somewhere. He wraps it around the guy's neck like he's going to like literally murder him. It's wild.
I mean, this guy is a slaver. I don't really care, but this is like oh my God.
He doesn't actually. He just sort of uses it to like
So
throw him to the
bloodthirsty.
ground or throw him against a wall. But it was like, I was like, what? Jesus.
Like
the weird thing to me is like, what if you did shoot him? People would be like, the humans are violent and dangerous. We should destroy them. Everybody already wants to do that.
Yeah.
What are you losing?
There's nothing.
yeah,
well,
and like
that-
if
right?
your phaser's on stun, just shoot him, stun the guy, free all of the slaves, and get the hell out of there.
yeah. I'm not sure he had a phaser though. Well, he must have had a phaser though.
Okay.
The other guy pulled a weapon, but they didn't. So
Yeah, if he went down to this weird, creepy
bizarre planet without a phaser, they're a fucking
phaser.
idiots.
Yeah.
Well, he's got Malcolm with him, right? Who's the tactical officer who's like, oh, the only phasers I need are
Malcolm
these.
is too busy. Oh my God! When you see Malcolm, you will see how ridiculous that sentence just was, Jim.
It just seems like the kind of thing he would
Oh
say
yeah, that's fair.
when you asked him if he had a phaser or
That's
not.
fair.
When he just forgot it in his room.
He did leave a communicator on a planet one time.
Right? Because Trip seems like the guy who does have a phaser, but they take all the buttons. Right? Like it's important that he have one and can point it at people, but God forbid he ever
Or make choices. Okay, so Archer throws the guy basically through a wall, and he, Malcolm, and the girl leave. And the shuttle returns to Enterprise. Phlox is examining the girl. He says she has intriguing eyes. He's never seen such a complex retinal structure.
Uh-oh.
Before she can respond, Archer walks in and asks how she is. Phlox says he isn't familiar with her species, but she appears to be in perfect health. The girl looks basically human. She has ridges, like really small bumps at her temples. And that red writing across her chest, but basically she's just a lady. Like, that's what ladies look like.
Wait,
you
she
know?
has red writing. She has red writing across
seen
her
a Star Trek.
chest.
Yeah, she has red writing, but that I think is
Like a
I
tattoo?
think it's
maybe like a slave tattoo.
I think it's
or
a slave thing because the other ladies at the market also had those markings. So I think it's a tattoo related to her being a slave.
I love just Star Trek in general. Whenever there's like a lady that needs to be sexy lady, they have to make the alien bits of her like so subtle. She has to look so human.
Yeah, she's mostly human.
So that she can be super sexy.
Exactly.
It's like it's never like, oh, there she is before you. Her her egg sacs pulsating.
Ovipositor.
Well, Jim,
and Kirk's like, Spock, I'm going to hit that.
Jim, what you missed in the
spot.
pilot episode of Star Trek Enterprises, two of the characters literally went to a sex show where there were two female pendulous breasts. They were not wearing clothes; it was body paint. But the sex part of the show was they were shooting their tongues out to eat butterflies as they were dancing together.
That's amazing.
That was wild. The girl says her name is Rajiin, and that she's very grateful for what Archer has done, and that she will serve him well.
Yeah, she will.
Archer looks uncomfortable and says that they don't believe one person can own another person. He says she's free to go wherever and asks where her homeworld is. She says she doesn't know. She's been told it's called Orantaku, but she doesn't remember it. He asks if she has family, and she replies that she has had many owners. Mm-hmm. Archer says he will check what information they have about the region and try to find Orantaku. He tells Phlox to set her up in quarters and get her whatever she needs. And as he leaves, she smiles and thanks him.
Yeah, this girl seems sketchy as fuck. Sorry. Like, she's definitely with her weird eyes. I don't like it.
Yeah. So next scene, Trip and Malcolm are delivering Barry's payment.
Okay.
They have a briefcase that's opened up, and it's several round bottles that are encased in foam, like in a foam thing in the briefcase. And she pulls them out. Trip says that wars were fought over these on his planet. And the chemist takes one of the bottles with some black granules in it and sticks his fingers in it and sniffs at it and sneezes. He is delighted and asks what it is. Black pepper. They have also given him paprika, mustard seed, cayenne. Barry is very happy. He tells them that he's reviewed their specs and they do have the equipment required to produce liquid trellium-D. Unfortunately, it can only be synthesized in its liquid forms, but it's just as effective as what's mined. He hands them a USB stick, a pad thing,
right,
whatever. But he warns them that they have to follow the protocols exactly and be very careful because in its liquid form, trillium is extremely unstable.
Oh boy.
The guys look unhappy, but they take the thing and leave as Barry sniffs and sneezes again, laughing with delight.
He takes out a
unstable isn't a word.
Yeah.
So in the same way that physicists don't use the word fast, unstable isn't really a word that chemists use. Like unstable, right? Like some isotopes are unstable because they decay and they stop existing, but they just stop existing. Whereas like nitroglycerin is unstable because it blows your house up.
They were talking about the nitroglycerin type.
I suppose should assume. It doesn't just release a bunch of alpha particles and kill everyone in the room.
Yeah, or chronoton particles, which sends everybody back in time.
Something tells me this man is not actually a real physicist. Like, I don't think this man has a PhD.
Chemist.
Or chemist, yes, sorry.
Doesn't matter. We never see him again. Back on Enterprise, Archer and Rajiin are having dinner. Mm-hmm. She is in a strappy, silvery blue gown. And
where did she get this?
Great question. We spent a lot of time discussing that.
Like, imagine a world where you're on a ship, right? You're on an expedition with 80 people you know. And you brought this dress.
Well.
And then the ship's doctor comes to you and is like, hey, we brought this hot lady on board and she is your size and she has a dinner date with the captain. Can we need to requisition for her the nice dress that you brought, presumably for your own social agenda with the crew.
Amazing question, Jim.
Great question. We came to the conclusion that they must have some sort of, not replicator, but fabricator. Because there have been other situations where they've had to fabricate clothing that matches what's on, like when they went to that one planet that was pre-warp and had to disguise themselves. So they have to have some sort of thing.
I think
somewhere in engineering there's an overworked seamstress.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think they might just have a tailor. Yeah, so they got the tailor that makes all the clothes.
Yeah.
Great question, Jim. There was actually an episode where Trip got stranded on a swamp planet
Oh
with
my
a
God.
space princess.
Who happened to be Padma Lakshmi.
Yeah.
Not only did she get a blowout, but she managed to find a gold slip that she could wear.
Underneath the ripped up dress. That
Yeah,
was
so that
exactly
way-
this right length.
That way,
of
after
her
they
ripped up
fucked,
dress.
so that way after they fucked in the swamp, she had something pretty to wear.
Of course.
Moving on. We're moving on.
Like, it really is just written by 15-year-olds.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Like you know that there's a room full of
Oh, yeah.
dudes who are writing the show,
100%.
and one of them is like, "All right,
Yeah.
and we'll get she'll be wearing some kind of blue strappy number, and she'll have dinner with the captain, and they're totally vibing, and all the other guys are pounding on the table
Hell
like,
yeah!
"Oh, yeah,
Yeah, that's basically this whole show.
I've made sex,
Many times.
I've constructed the beast with 2 backs."
I'm not surviving this episode, you guys. Okay. This is why we didn't invite Jim sooner, because we knew it would be a 17-hour-long episode, because he's too damn funny.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Rajiin is telling Archer that her quarters are much nicer than what she's used to. On the last ship she was on, she never left the cargo hold except for visits to the captain's quarters. Ugh, gross. Archer says there are some restricted areas, but other than that, she should feel free to look around. She asks if everyone on the crew is from Earth. Archer says all but Phlox and T'Pol. She says that Phlox mentioned they're on an important mission, and he tells her that they are looking for the Xindi and asks if she knows anything about them. She says very little. She had met 2 reptilians and they were not very pleasant. She says she was just glad they weren't interested in her. She asks why he's looking for them, and he says, "We're hoping to resolve a disagreement."
Okay.
I think we need a list of all the
Yeah, the
responses that Archer
euphemisms.
has to this. Yeah. Trip comes in and Archer excuses himself. He goes to engineering to meet Trip and T'Pol. So Trip explains that liquid trellium is extremely unstable and can do some serious damage if they screw up synthesizing it. And they'll have to apply it to the entire hull. It's very unstable in liquid form, but once it's applied, it'll set and it'll be fine.
Please tell me we get a scene of Trip and Malcolm out there with mops.
With
Just
mops.
Yeah, like giant paint roller, just dipping it in space nitroglycerin.
The tricky thing is making it to begin with. T'Pol says it will require extremely precise calculations, but she thinks that she and Trip can safely synthesize the compound. They decide to set up a lab on E deck within the emergency bulkheads just as a precaution, which is smart.
Smart. Yeah, I bet they're
I'm
synthesizing
unusually
compound.
smart for this crew, but T'Pol was involved, so. We are back in Archer's quarters. He is in sweatpants and his blue tank top, and he's itchy and uncomfortable again. His door chimes.
tossing and turning, and suddenly the door chimes, and guess who's there?
It's Rajiin in yet another sexy outfit, you guys.
You fucking stole my episode, Maria.
I did. And now you get caves.
Somewhere there's a seamstress who's like, she needs how many sexy outfits?
Well, this is pajamas, I think.
Oh, it's the captain's orders. Oh, I see.
So when Rajiin was running towards Archer, did she have a big carpet bag like filled with like, things that like falling out of it, like
hat box,
heels,
makeup case. Like Miss Piggy with all of her stuff. Kirby, wait for me! I'd done a much better episode if this was all done with Muppets.
Oh my god, Archer has a sexual encounter with a Muppet.
It'd be incredible. Oh, no. I might have broken Bill. Okay, so this time she's in like it's pajamas, but they're like light blues and a silky fabric, like a zebra print almost.
Oh, okay.
Zubas?
The top is like a sleeveless V-neck. It's the same thing as T'Pol, but it's fastened at her boobs but open, so you can see like her belly button and stuff.
Okay.
And then just like pants, like pajama pants. Archer tells her that T'Pol has found her home planet and it's only 2 days away. Rajiin smiles but is clearly unenthused. She says she was taken away when she was very young and doesn't remember much about it. She doesn't think anyone there would remember her either. And Archer says, "You never know, you seem very memorable to me."
Hey.
Like, sorry, she was a child.
It was gross.
She was a
Yeah,
baby,
it's gross.
or a child. Like,
It's all gross, man. So she comes closer, saying she's very grateful and wants to repay him for his kindness. Archer says that isn't necessary, and she says she knows. But she puts her hand on his neck and comes even closer, and he starts to protest, but she puts her finger on his mouth to shush him. She says...
neuropressure.
She says she was taken from her home because she has certain gifts. She comes closer and asks if he'd like her to show him. And Archer is sort of trying to resist, but she kisses him gently and says it's all right. She then takes her hands
Her egg sacs
and
pulsating.
runs them alongside his face, not quite touching. There's a faint hissing noise, and we see the inside of Archer's head, like an X-ray, as she moves her hands down and up along his head.
Second X-ray shot.
Yeah, so remember the scene last episode with
when
Archer's
hosted.
heart?
Yes.
They must have just gotten that technology and been like, we're using this in every fucking episode. It's so cool.
Sidebar for Jim, there was an episode where they got a virus that turned them into another species, and we did an X-ray zoom into Archer's body where we saw his rib cage pulsed out and his heart grew like 2 extra ventricles.
Yeah, and then like 2003 VFX, like that's incredible.
Yeah.
So what happens? What happens with this?
Yeah.
So as she's running her hands along the side of his face, you can see like the X-ray of his face. You can see inside his face. You can see like the muscles and stuff.
Okay, this is a thing now.
Weird.
Why is that sexy?
It's not.
We are watching Star Trek.
Do you ever just, when you're with a partner, or do you ever just run your fingers down their face and imagine what it would be like if they didn't have any fucking skin? Right? What if it all just peeled off very suddenly, like they were removing a mask, and you're just stroking wet meat?
Stop saying that. Never say that again. Oh my god.
That's the
Do
captain.
not say stroking wet meat ever again, please. Okay. So she continues with her arms. She's, to be clear, like she's barely, I don't even think she's touching him. She's just doing it like she's running a scanner around him, basically, is what it looks like, right?
She has some ability.
And she's, so she continues down his arms and she pushes his tank top up in the front. Sidebar, y'all. Scott Bakula did not drink any liquids for a week in preparation for this. He was fucking ripped. So she moves her hands along his back, and again, we hear the hissing and see the inside of his body, like his spine and muscles, as she's moving her hands along there. So she keeps going further up his back and putting his lips close to his without quite kissing him. And just as he's about to give in and kiss her, he hears, "Captain, is something wrong?" And all of a sudden, he's back in the room. She's a few feet away, like nothing happened.
Oh, weird.
Telepathy attack.
And Archer is perplexed, but says he's fine. And she says she just wanted to thank him and leaves.
Wait, who said captain?
She did.
She did?
Yeah.
Wait, she did?
Yeah, so she said, "Captain, is something wrong?" And then and that broke him out of the spell. And
okay, that's weird.
It was right as he was about to kiss her.
Yeah, so I thought it was like somebody else interrupted. Okay, that's strange. Huh. Okay.
So T'Pol and Trip are working on creating the trellium. They're, calling out a bunch of technobabble about theta radiation and pressure. It doesn't seem to be going well. The pressure keeps increasing, and T'Pol says they should seal off the section and leave. Trip insists on staying, and he's trying other things, and she keeps telling him they have to leave. The pressure keeps building, and warning alarms sound. Finally, T'Pol yells at him and runs for the door, and he follows, and just as they get out, the thing explodes.
I want to point out real quick that T'Pol and Trip with the pressure keeps building is still sexier than
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right? That's a metaphor. Like, I know that it's not, and it's not written to be a metaphor.
Yeah, no, but
you can read it like one.
And they are putting these two characters together for a reason very often. So, but anyway, Trip says they're back to square one. They've been working at it for hours. T'Pol says they need a break, and he agrees. She tells him to come to her quarters in half an hour for more neuropressure. Trip says he'll be fine, but T'Pol says she would prefer that he's, actually rested before they try this nonsense again. So he agrees. Rajiin is wandering the halls in her PJs. She walks. So remember how the transporter is just right in the middle of the hallway in this ship? So she walks up to the transporter and she goes to the control panel and is kind of examining it. Hoshi walks up and asks if she can help.
Yeah, she can.
And Rajiin says the captain told her it was okay for her to leave her quarters, and she introduces herself. Hoshi says she knows who she is. News travels fast on a starship. She introduces herself and puts out her hand, and Rajiin takes it and covers Hoshi's hand with hers, drawing closer. Hoshi looks a little taken aback, but also kind of into it. Rajiin says she was looking for the mess hall, and Hoshi flirtatiously says she's going that way. They start to walk away from the transporter together. Rajiin is asking about her job. Hoshi's telling her she's the comms officer. You can't actually see it because it's the tops of their bodies, but it looks like they're holding hands as they walk to the turbo lift.
I'm so excited for the closest thing we've ever come to gay stuff on this show.
It's the closest thing we'll ever
excited.
get. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hoshi tells her she'd love to hear her language.
Like at that point, you're just like, oh, I assume you're a very cunning linguist.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
And need we forget the last time she told somebody that she wanted to hear his language? She did end up fucking him.
She immediately fucked him, yeah. So they go into the turbo lift facing each other as Rajiin says she speaks quite a few languages. Next scene to Paul's quarters. She is in her silky PJs lighting candles again. She gets down on the floor to light a candle that's on one of the little tables on the floor, and suddenly Rajiin shows up from behind a wall.
Oh?
She says, "You must be T'Pol."
Wait, from behind a wall? In her room?
In her room.
Creepy.
She introduces herself and says she didn't mean to startle T'Pol, but her door was unlocked. And she walks towards her. T'Pol says it's unlikely her door was unlocked, and that maybe Rajiin is unfamiliar with their protocols, but it is unacceptable for her to be in her quarters uninvited. You doing all right there, Bill?
It was unlocked. Once I unlocked it, she holds up a lock.
So Rajiin sits down in front of her, coming close to her face, and she starts to stroke T'Pol's ear, asking why she's the only Vulcan on a ship full of humans. T'Pol seems to be struggling to focus, but is clearly more resistant than the others have been. She tells her that Vulcans and humans are allies and asks Rajiin to leave. Rajiin ignores her and keeps running her hands and fingers along T'Pol's face. T'Pol seems unable to move. She again asks her to leave, and Rajiin tells her not to resist. She says that T'Pol has a very disciplined mind with such control over her emotions. She tells her that she should just let go. T'Pol gasps a little, and Rajiin says, "Better." She then puts her hands on either side of T'Pol's head and starts to do the hissy x-ray thing again to T'Pol. And we see the inside of T'Pol's face and neck as Rajiin's arms continue down over her boobs along her side. We do not see x-rays of her boobs.
Okay, I was about to ask
y'all
that.
would ask.
I was waiting to ask.
I feel like the writers have really understood. Like these are men who have been seeing X-ray specs advertised in comic books their whole lives, And I think they've really misunderstood the purpose of them and the nature of the lascivious nature of X-ray specs.
So she starts to do the same thing that she's doing with Archer. She puts her hands on T'Pol's belly and back, and we get an x-ray of the back. T'Pol again asks her to stop, but she just keeps going. Suddenly the door chimes. Rajiin is startled, but she doesn't stop. T'Pol is struggling to resist. Trip, on the other side of the door, rings the chime again. T'Pol seems to get back a bit of control, and she pulls back and kicks Rajiin in the stomach.
Nice.
And they both kind of fall apart from each other. T'Pol gets up and makes for the door, but Rajiin grabs her and throws her on the ground face up and straddles her and tries to put her arms alongside her face. And T'Pol grabs her arms and fights her, but she's struggling. And she makes, it's unclear whether Trip actually hears her because she yelled no or something. But he's outside and he calms the bridge asking where she is, and they tell him she's in her quarters. So he overrides the lock. Okay. And he goes in to find T'Pol unconscious on the floor. No sign of Rajiin. Oh. He runs over to check her pulse, and Rajiin sneaks out and hits him on the head with a giant vase.
Ah!
Runs away. It was a comically large vase.
Truly, this is the attitude era of Star Trek. There's lesbian pollen and...
Sorry, a vase is so funny. Like, cause it's just like a cartoon.
Trip is, a little shocked, but okay. He slowly gets up and he calls for security. Rajiin is walking through the halls again. She pulls out a communicator and says she needs assistance. Y'all, I need you to make a note to look closely at this scene and at the communicator, because I don't think they had made that prop yet, because I swear to God, she's just holding her hand up over her mouth in like a phone gesture. The voice on the other side asks if she has succeeded, and she says she has what they want and that she can use the transporter. She walks to a turbo lift, which opens, and a big crewman walks out. He frowns and slowly reaches for his phaser, but she innocently asks if something is wrong. He says the captain wants to see her, but she takes his hand and says there's no need to bother the captain. She starts to do her whatever sexy mojo on him, and he resists, saying he has orders. She says she does too, as she puts her hands on either side of his head. Malcolm and another security guard come out of a turbo lift on the other side of the hallway, but Rajiin has incapacitated the last crewman and has a phaser now, so she starts shooting at them. And they chase her around a corner, but she appears to have disappeared. They kind of look around. There's a door with where there's a Jeffries tube that they look into, but they can't find her.
I'm kind of surprised we didn't get a Malcolm scene with her. I feel like this season, they're like, oh no, we made Malcolm too much of a perverted creep.
Yeah.
And they're like keeping him away from all the weird, sexy stuff.
Yeah, I think so too. So Rajiin comes out.
The writer insert character.
Rajiin comes out, and I think it's, I don't know, maybe one of the cargo bays. It looks like maybe she went up one of the Jeffries tube to another level. I couldn't quite tell. It kind of even could have been maybe a shuttle bay. It's one of those rooms that has the upper walkway and the steps coming down. And she comes out on the upper walkway. And there's a security guard, like at right angles to her, who she shoots at, and he returns fire. And she does this amazing stunt where I guess maybe she gets shot, but or she's dodging a shot, but she flings herself over the banister, turns in midair so she's facing upwards and shoots at him and falls onto her back.
It's like, remember last time we were in that room, they did the like slidey thing down the stairs? Like,
exactly.
I love how they use the room with the two levels. Just so they can do fun stunt stuff.
Exactly. So she falls, but gets right back up. She leaves the room and runs to the transporter controls. She's calling on her comm, asking if they're in range, but there's no response. Archer appears behind her with the phaser. Several other security guys also show up with phasers.
Yeah, where are the Makos?
I think there were probably Makos in that group that show up.
Okay.
But I think they basically went on alert to go try to find her. Like, so it was multiple people who were looking around the ship. Archer says they've jammed the signal and her friends can't hear her. He asks who they are, but she does not respond. And he tells security to take her to the brig. In sickbay, Phlox is taking care of T'Pol, who is still unconscious. He tells Trip that he also should scan him, but Trip says he's fine. I've been hit by lots of vases.
The head, not a vital part.
No, not a vital part of Trip. Archer asks what's up with DePaul, and Flock says he has no idea. She has suffered disruptions throughout her neurocortex. If she was human or even denobulan, she'd probably be dead. Archer wants to talk to her, but Flock says it'll be a few hours before he's done treating her injuries. She's unconscious, let me remind you. Like, you can't talk to her. I just told you a terrible thing has happened to her. What? And I don't know what it is.
Strictly speaking, Doctor, that doesn't prevent me from talking
to her all
It just
you
prevents
want,
her
I
from
guess.
talking to me.
Honestly, it wouldn't be that different from most of Archer's conversations
That's
with
fair.
T'Pol.
Fair. He just wants to yell at her.
He's like, it's been like an hour and I have nobody to yell at. T'Pol is my yell at person.
Archer looks annoyed. He tells Trip to have Phlox take a look at his head and he leaves. He goes to the brig. He walks in and holds up a little square communicator because now they've made the prop. He asks her who she is trying to contact, and she says she's sorry, but she can't answer his questions. He asks what she did to T'Pol, and she says that she shouldn't have resisted. Archer opens the brig door to question her, which, why? Why did you need to open the door? You know this woman has some sort of power. What are you doing? Right. Dumbass move. Anyway, he says it was awfully convenient that she suddenly showed up and escaped right as they happened to be on the station. He asked if the chemist knew that he was looking for information about the Xindi and told her. She says the only thing that she can say is that he's in danger. She says she can't say anything else or they'll kill her. Archer, who? The Xindi? And then he leans up close and he says, how do you know I won't do the same? Like, super menacing.
Okay, are you fucking kidding me? Also, like, why does he think the Xindi are involved with this? Like, they could just, they're just being like, it seems like they're just being mugged.
Jamie, the Xindi are the enemy of this episode.
Always the Xindi. It was
Jamie, this is your thing. When we started this episode, when we started this season arc, you were like, well, why does Archer think that the Suliban are the enemy? The Suliban are the fucking enemy!
But in this particular case, this seems like just like maybe like a mugging or they're trying to get the shit. Like, this could just be like a thing that they do. But he doesn't.
There is evidence. He has evidence, right? Barry knew that he was looking for the Xindi. She brought up the Xindi and said that she had met two reptilian Xindi. There is some amount of evidence to say that she's maybe working for the Xindi.
They don't know that she's been captured, and they have the communicator. You could just call them.
I don't know why they didn't do a whole bunch of
up?
shit with that communicator to figure some shit out, but they didn't.
Right? Sorry, I just got this communicator. Can you tell me who this is? This is the last number I dialed.
Who dis?
Right. I'm still figuring it out.
I'm here with your McDonald's delivery. Can you tell me?
Yeah, Xindi High Command picks up and is like, Xindi High Command, how can I direct your call? Now you know.
Yeah, like, doesn't they have Star 69?
It's one of those giant whales with a big headset.
Also, I love that we just a couple episodes ago had the torture episode where it seemed like afterwards Archer felt a little bad about the whole torture thing, and now he's just like, what if I torture somebody again?
Yeah, I mean, this is just threats, but to your point, that's also still a human rights violation.
Yes, also still against the Geneva Convention.
Crime.
He is committing so many war crimes.
I feel like
so many war crimes.
I feel like the problem with torturing people, I don't know this from experience.
Jim, what do you think the problem with torturing people is?
I want to hear.
Among many problems, I think that if you are a person who does it, the more you do it, the easier it gets to do it. The easier it is to just be fair. Okay, but it worked on the last person. Why don't we just break out the blowtorch and see what happens?
But the problem is that torture doesn't work.
No, obviously not.
But it did on this show.
It's
it does on many shows. Anyway, all right. So he's all menacing. Rajiin looks angry, but is really clearly not very fazed. She says, it's true that she deceived him, but that doesn't make his decision to save her any less admirable. Was that a question on the table? I'm not sure it was. How admirable.
I mean, that seems to bring us back to the torture. He's like, yeah, I did a good thing, which means now I can do a bad thing to even it out.
She says she doesn't want to see him harmed, but the best thing for him to do is to let her go. Archer asks again who she contacted, and when she doesn't reply, he grabs her by the shoulders and kind of shakes her a little and yells, "Who?" But before things can get ugly, Malcolm comes in. Archer lets go of her and walks out of the cell, but not out of the room, does not close the brig door, and talks to Malcolm on an open comm. We clearly see her listening as Malcolm says 2 vessels are approaching, and shocker, their biosigns match the Xindi pilot that attacked Earth.
Oh my god.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, the Xindi are coming, bitches. Archer says hull plating to full power, standby weapons. He does not say tactical alert, but maybe they were already on tactical alert? I don't know.
Yeah, so Jim, hull plating in this
shields.
show is just shields.
Because they don't have shields.
Yeah, they don't have shields, but it's exactly the same fucking thing, and they treat it the same way.
Yeah, of course.
He is still in the brig with the door open, let me remind you. He turns back to Rajiin and says, the reptilian species, they're the ones who sent you. Rajiin says she had no choice. We then go to commercial, and when we come back, Enterprise is in a firefight with 2 Xindi ships. Pew, pew, pew. It is not going well. The Xindi ships target the Enterprise nacelles, and it seems to work because Travis says they're dropping out of warp.
Travis has a line.
Travis has a line. Travis is the only black character in the show.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
In the brig, Archer says that he assumes that they are here for her. Rajiin says they won't harm anyone if he lets her go. He says, forgive him for not taking her word, but they murdered 7 million people on Earth. So the room shakes again, and Malcolm comes in and says the smaller ship is approaching the starboard docking port. Again, she hears everything as Archer tells him to seal the airlock and post security teams.
I don't understand on Star Trek how communicators work, who can hear. It's like sometimes but it's just like, what? I don't understand. Like, have they not invented headphones? There's no Bluetooth?
No Bluetooth at all. None. So Archer tells him to seal the airlocks, post security teams. He finally closes the door and asks one last time what her mission was, but she doesn't answer, and he starts to leave. But just as he does, she suddenly runs up and says, they wanted information. She tells them that they wanted information about them. They are building a weapon. Archer says he knows they're building a weapon, but she says this is a different weapon. Yeah. It's a bioweapon. Yeah. They need data about your species before they can begin.
And we know Archer already has a bioweapon. We have Chekhov's bioweapon. The last episode, the virus that turned them into these other aliens. Archer's like, let's not destroy it. Let's keep a sample of it. Yeah, sorry.
Listeners at home, if you could see how big Jim's eyes just got.
But why shouldn't we, I understand that the Palantir is bad. And that it shows us bad things. And that it gives our enemies an edge against us. But why shouldn't we just hold on to it just in case? Maybe one day it will be good.
Yeah.
Have we considered
the other side? Let's look at both sides. So it's a bioweapon. They need data about your species before they can begin. She doesn't know where they're building it or when it'll be ready, which was a dumb question for him to ask, because if they can't begin until they have the data, it's impossible to know. It's what we in the project management world call a critical path dependency. You have to have the information before you can start the project.
Somewhere there's a whale arguing or a grasshopper arguing over a
table. Anyway, as Archer leaves, he tells the security guard to get an entire detail down there because nobody is taking her anywhere. Okay, next scene. Some Makos are running down the hallway, led by brunette Lady Mako.
Oh, lady.
Yeah.
We get a lady.
They take positions on either side of the hallway just as the airlock door blows open and 3 reptilian Xindis come out and start shooting. Yeah, they have serious firepower. The Makos are pretty much immediately clear. It's clear that they do not have the same firepower.
Even the woman, because she's got her like karate moves that she's the brunette
they're
Mako.
far away enough that it's still pew pew pew. And they fall back. They're still shooting, but oh no, Lady Mako gets shot. She is alive, though. She's grunting in pain as they drag her away.
Okay, good, because I would hate for the percent of women on this ship to drop even lower than almost 30%.
Yeah, I was gonna say, given that it is already dire.
Yeah, Jim, they have almost 30% women on this ship. They have said multiple times.
Multiple times. Yay.
In a way implying that is good.
You know what the old saying, right? Women hold up almost 30% of the sky.
Okay, so you know how I said earlier that there were 3 Xindis? As they come in, we realize it's way more than that. It's like 6 or 7 come in. They're just moving through the ship like they fucking own it. Malcolm and some Makos are running through the hallways and Archer runs up. Malcolm tells them that there are 3 boarding parties of at least 5 Xindi each. Archer says they're gonna definitely be heading for the bridge. He tells Malcolm to try to cut them off, and he takes one of the Makos from that group and tells him to go with him in the other direction. Malcolm and Makos are in a hallway, and they stop as they hear blasts. They don't see anyone coming, so they wait, and all of a sudden, Grasshopper Xindi comes in shooting!
Oh, shit.
Grasshopper?
Yeah! It was a big, like, oh, because you were like, oh, it's definitely the reptilians. We've seen the reptilians, and all of a sudden you're like, Grasshopper Xindi! It was very cool.
Oh, and the whole thing. So these are all reptilians and Grasshopper, and we know that they were the ones that were like more gung-ho.
Exactly. So this one just shoots, he has a slightly different weapon. He shoots like this blob of blue glowing energy, and it hits the middle Mako and sends him flying back through the hallway. Malcolm throws a grenade down the hall at the Grasshopper, who runs away. That was all the Grasshopper's tech they had. They couldn't afford any more Grasshopper CGI. So another hallway, some security guys are shooting at a group of 3 reptilian Xindi. They seem to be getting their shots in, but it doesn't really seem to have much effect. The middle Xindi gets down on one knee to shoot a different weapon, which appears to be a huge ball of snot that flies right between them and sticks to the wall behind. And they turn around and look at it confused as it starts to bubble and fizz. They do not run away, which they definitely should have, because after just a few seconds, it starts to shoot tiny green lasers out of it, which rip through all the security guards, like pew, pew, like through, like multiple shots, and they fall over. Takes them all out. Unclear if they're dead, but it takes them all out.
I love that. I love a weapon that makes a person curious.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
right? Oh, that's so fascinating. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I see.
The Xindi blast open the brig door and get Rajiin and bring her out. Like
I forgot she was there. Okay.
They've absolutely taken out whatever half-assed security was in front of the bridge. But Archer is in the hallway, having just taken out one of the Xindi, and he goes to shoot again, but he sees Rajiin and he pauses. They take her in the opposite direction, and Archer and the Mako who's with him follow. But as they're walking towards where the Xindi have gone through the blown-in airlock door, another Xindi leaps out from behind him, knocks over the Mako, and leaps onto Archer, holding him back as the others get away. And we do have a scene where Rajiin is kind of looking worried about Archer as the door closes. Archer is kind of in a bit of trouble. The Xindi has him and is kind of beating the shit out of him.
He loves that, though.
His Archer's favorite.
It's been a long time since Archer got beat up.
Yeah. He gets saved because the Mako shows up with some sort of shock stick and kind of tasers the Xindi.
Okay. I mean, you shouldn't taser somebody when they're holding onto an innocent victim.
You should not.
But Archer tries to open the door and he can't. He calms Travis and tells them not to let the ships get away and to lay in a pursuit course. We see the Xindi ships break away from Enterprise, and they do that disappearing thing where they kind of go into a cloaking field. We saw it a couple of episodes ago when they found that pocket dimension thing and they just disappeared. Travis says the ships entered some sort of vortex. He can't transfer. And the Xindi who attacked Archer is dead.
But are all the other Xindi off the ship?
Yeah.
So they came on just to get Rajiin.
Correct.
And then they just left, even though
And
they could have ended their Archer problem permanently.
They could have ended their Archer problem permanently, but they clearly wanted her more. Medbay, Phlox is showing Archer, T'Pol, and Trip an x-ray of the dead Xindi. He points to a gland which released some sort of neurotoxin directly into his bloodstream that killed him.
Oh.
Trip wonders what kind of species is born with a suicide gland, and Phlox says, not this one. This Xindi was surgically altered to have a suicide gland.
Oh, fuck.
That sounds a lot like some Suliban technology, just saying.
Yeah, well, that's a good point, Jamie. that does smell like Suliban
And why
technology.
are they here? Because the Suliban told
them.
Okay, so Jim, the reason they believe that, I mean, they know that there was a Xindi person that attacked Earth, but the reason that the humans know that the Xindi are developing the super weapon is because the prior enemies that were apparently very disappointing, and so the show decided to go in a different direction with the big bad. The previous big bad, the last thing they did
Help 'em out.
was tell them, we talked to this guy in the future, and he said that the Xindi are developing a super weapon to destroy Earth, and the one that they sent that did the Star Trek 9/11 was the test weapon.
I don't think you're going to explain this to Jim in a way that makes any level of sense.
No, I mean, that makes sense insofar as anything that has happened
Exactly.
makes sense.
So Archer tells Phlox he wants a full autopsy, and he tells Trip that Malcolm needs to take apart the Xindi weapons that were left behind. He wants to know range, power output, and how to defend against it. Trip leaves, and Archer turns to T'Pol, who is awake, and asks if she's okay. She's in the coral outfit, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
She hesitates a little. She looks a little shaky, but she says yes. And Archer says good, because he needs her to analyze the scans they took of the Xindi ship and to find out everything she can about this vortex that they went into, because he does not want them sneaking up on them again. And he dismisses her and looks at Phlox.
That's all smart.
Worried. All smart. Xindi Council time!
Yay!
Oh, great.
Bigfoot is saying that the reptilians and the grasshoppers have put all of their work at risk. They've exposed them to the humans and allowed a soldier to be captured. Degra, the scientist guy who's working on the main weapon, says they agreed to give him more time, and again, they don't have enough data to construct a bioweapon. Oh, but Reptilian Dude begs to differ. He calls an order, and another Xindi brings in Rajiin, who is now in another outfit, gray cat suit, silver trim.
Okay.
She stands in front of the council, and the reptilian says, show them. And she looks angry, but he hisses at her and says again, show them. She puts her hands flat on the table, and it starts to glow under her hands. And a hologram appears over her head with a human figure with little lines coming out of it with different pics like heart, lungs, maybe appendix or liver. One of the things looked a bit like a penis, but I don't think it was. I did pause, like, no, probably not. The reptilian says they didn't previously have enough information, but now they do. Aqua dudes say they have to proceed on both fronts. And the other non-reptilian guy is like asking if they expect to be rewarded for this act of insubordination, and the reptilians hiss at him. And he says it's left them more vulnerable than they were before. Rajiin speaks up, saying there's more to the humans than they can learn from a set of biometric scans, but reptilian guy cuts her off and tells his lackey to take her away. And end of episode, my friends.
Also, how is it making them at risk? They basically just took the Enterprise's lunch money.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
also,
these guys
they
are
just
fucking
harsh
not
bullied
anything
them.
to be worried about. And Jamie, you're absolutely right. They could have taken out the Enterprise right then. I think they still wanted to make sure that they got that data, because that would allow them to construct a bioweapon to kill everybody.
Could they not get the data from a dead
just
human?
kidnap real life
or just
humans.
like capture one of them?
Great point.
Stun
Great
one
point.
of them, capture them, bring them back, kill everybody else.
Great point. All good points.
Yeah,
This
and
was an
I
okay
can't see.
episode.
I mean, the humans do have some, like, now they know a little bit more about Xindi technology. They've got a couple things that they're going to research.
Right. I think this was an okay episode. A lot happened, which is always nice. And we actually get an actual interaction with the Xindi in sort of hand-to-hand combat, which I liked. I liked that they had two types of Xindi, even though they only had the budget for clearly one scene and one grasshopper in that scene. But it was cool and it was a nice surprise. Two truths and a lie outcome. Trip did not run away from the sexy lady.
Yeah.
So you got it, Bill.
Wait, sorry, which were the two truths?
The two truths were that Hoshi Hoshi flirts with a lady and T'Pol fights with a sexy lady and becomes incapacitated.
Good job, Bill.
Porthos good boy scale. How good of a boy was Porthos on this episode? Only a small Porthos scene, but he was very cute and very good.
How
very
come
good
he
boy.
didn't get scanned?
He should have gotten scanned. That would have been adorable.
Well, no. Like the Xindi will do Space 9/11. They will develop a bioweapon that will kill humans and Vulcans, but they draw the line at dawn.
Well, they need to do a scan of Porthos to make sure that whatever weapon that they develop does not hurt the puppies.
Hurt the Porthos. Agreed. There was one thing, and we'll talk more about this once you guys have seen the episode, that Steven said that maybe the fact that Archer was still recovering meant they didn't get a full scan of a human. He was still partly another. But she also was totally, we don't know exactly what happened with Hoshi. We don't know exactly what happened with that other crewman. So unclear exactly what happened there. But that was why he thought that they kept they kept that infection continuing. Saucy section, and I swear to God, I've wrote this before we did this episode. How sexy was this episode on a scale from the bugs Malcolm ate last episode to the bug ladies Malcolm lusted after in the pilot episode?
That's a great one.
Lots of sexy things. Trip and T'Pol, totally not being sexy, but also being sexy. Rajiin getting all
quote unquote sexy, being what the creators of the show believe is sexy.
Exactly. That is correct.
Yes.
Which is never actually very
sexy. But I do think that they are building, I think because these two actors are good, they're building a nice chemistry between the two of them.
As we've said before, this show is horny, not sexy.
Yeah. It's like this full theater kid sort of. It does seem like the actors are maybe creating authentic seeming relationships in spite of the writing, and
that's
not because
absolutely
of it.
the case. It's all in spite of the work, the lines they have to do. Rajiin got all sexy with Archer, but learned all about his biology, which, and then got flirty with Hoshi successfully, maybe, and T'Pol very unsuccessfully. Unclear. Never asked, never answered for something in this episode that made no sense and was never explained. I mean, we've talked about a couple of things. We never really get a full answer on what the deal was with Rajiin, what her powers were. I was also confused as to why she attacked T'Pol in the first place, because they wanted information about the humans. I don't know why she would risk going into, breaking into T'Pol's quarters, but I suspect they just wanted to have sexy interactions with every lady on the show, which is what happened, right? They were like, oh, sexy lady, let's make the sexy lady do sexy things.
Can I give my theory as to where I think this season is going?
Please.
So the whole thing, the Xindi got the information about how to build the super weapon, from the future, right?
Right.
But then remember the Xindi planet was blown up, and then also the humans got their information. Yeah, because remember the technology was from the future.
The technology for the probe was, but I don't know about the.
But if the Xindi sent the probe, but somehow the Xindi are getting their something. They somehow are interfacing with the future, right?
Sure.
And we know that the Xindi homeworld was blown up years previously. Right. There's lots of really timey-wimey stuff going in. And I wonder if the reason the Xindi are going after the humans is because they somehow got information from the future that Archer is gonna go and destroy the Xindi.
But that is what happened.
Yeah, because it's because Archer is going to try to destroy the Xindi right now. Yeah, it's a closed loop.
You're saying it's a closed loop.
But the reason that they are trying to destroy the Earth is not because they have something against humans. This seems like a lot of trouble for
This
them
is
to
a-
be like trying to destroy Earth.
They
And remember
caused
the
this
Xindi
problem,
said, or sorry, the Suliban told Archer, like, the reason the Xindi are doing this is because it's a preemptive attack, because the Xindi have learned that in the future the humans will
Right.
destroy the Xindi. So
Here's
yeah,
the
I think this is
problem.
like a closed loop kind of deal.
Here's the
Right.
problem. None of this fucking matters because we know Star Trek happens. We have 18 fucking series.
Destroyed.
Yeah, but
It doesn't fucking matter. I don't care if fucking Archer wins the universe. He's
a good
a
point.
fucking asshole.
It's a
I
great
know
point.
what happens in Star Trek.
yeah, but we also know there's no Xindi in future Star Trek. So how do we not know that
Exactly.
Archer does actually just destroy all the Xindi and end the loop?
Don't care. None of this matters. Don't care.
Okay.
My bet is the Xindi successfully build their whatever their super weapon is. Archer faxes it into the past or future
No.
whenever the Xindi homeworld is destroyed.
That's a
and they
good
destroy
call.
their own.
Ooh, they
That's
destroy
a
their own
good
planet. That's
call.
amazing.
They are the means of their own
That's a
undoing.
great call.
is-
I
I
like it.
love that.
I love that.
I think maybe a little better writing.
There's
than I'm
no way
giving
the
them
writers
credit
of the
for,
show
but-
are going to come up with something that good.
What the Phlox, the creepiest thing Phlox said or did in this episode, y'all, Phlox just wanted Archer to rub that stanky ointment on him and not pick at his scabs and to leave him alone to treat T'Pol. That was really it.
Wait, I have a question. Even by the end of the episode, does Archer still have like the scabs? Or does he still look a little
I
weird?
didn't notice him. I think it might. I feel like he had some on his arm, maybe still.
Okay,
I do think through that he had it because in the scene with Rajiin, he was having trouble sleeping, so he was still clearly itchy. All right, I'm going to jump into this because this is important. Jim, my friend Jim. You are so lucky because you get to be present for a historic Enterprise planning moment. It is the birth of a new segment. So, a little background. We were told by our friends over at First Flight, our First Flight pod comrades, that this season contained many balls. Throughout the season, there were just many spheres and balls, and I have been noticing these balls. So I would like to introduce you to our new segment, Ball Watch 2026. Are there balls in this episode?
Ball Watch 2026. Balls are sighted.
Of course, it's just my luck that in this particular episode, there actually were not a lot of balls, but I would like to point out some of the balls in episodes leading up to this. In episode 2, Anomaly, there was that giant space ball that the pirates were stowing their stuff in, plus that one giant yoga ball that Archer was in. It was in Archer's way, and he just grabbed it and
forgot about
angrily
that.
flung it aside. It was one of the funniest, most random scenes I've ever seen. And in the last episode, fewer obvious balls, but if you recall, when they were transformed, they had those holes in their faces with these ball things kind of protruding out of them. They were
I don't
very
know if that
ball-like.
counts as a ball.
If you look at them, they were very spherical. Anyway.
Okay.
I didn't find any in this episode, in the first episode or in this episode. The only ball-like thing was that glob of snot that shot tiny green lasers.
Okay.
But
You should describe it as a ball.
will we see balls next time? We'll find out.
Ball Watch 2026.
Okay. This is the segment of our show we like to call Will's Hollow Rex, brought to you by Eric TM. We all know that William Riker is in his holodeck and he is watching Enterprise. So this is the segment where we each give our Rikermendations for non-Enterprise related content that we've been consuming in our holodecks this week. Jim, tell us what your Rikermendation is.
My recommendation is a video game, which is Kind Words. The first one came out in 2019. There's a sequel that interacts with it from 2024, Kind Words 2. Kind Words is a game where you talk to other people. You send a letter out into the ether with whatever you want to say in it, right? Ask for music recommendations. A lot of people talk. It's all anonymous, but there's no chat. All you can do is send a letter, an anonymous letter, and receive anonymous letters in return. You can never communicate with another person regularly, like repeatedly. That's all you can do. And people use it to ask for help, ask for guidance, vent about their day, and receive sympathetic words and stickers from total strangers.
Nice.
and it is really fun and really nice. And whenever I'm feeling bad, I go on there because nothing makes you feel bad or feel better like doing nice things for other people. And a lot of it, like judging from the content of people's sort of letters, a lot of them are folks who are in high school, in college, that kind of thing, and worried about, the judging from the kinds of things they're worried about. And it is really neat to come in there as an older person and say stuff like, hey, remember, like, you're allowed to have feelings, you're allowed to advocate for yourself, right? Things can be bad now and still turn out okay.
Cool. I love this.
Right? And just want the best for these folks.
Fantastic. So tell us again what it's called.
Kind Words.
Awesome. Thank you. Bill, tell us what your recommendation is.
I have been rereading the graphic novel Fun Home by Alison Bechdel from 2006. It is the harrowing novel of her discovering it's an autobiography. It's her discovering that excavating her childhood of her abusive father, discovering that she is a lesbian while her father is a closeted homosexual who eventually kills himself after this is discovered. It is a fascinating novel. Fun Home by Alison Bechdel, 2006.
Fantastic. Jamie, what you got?
Well, first, I just want to say, Bill, a long time ago, you recommended the anime My Boss is Goofy. And I believe you described it as gay. And I just want to say, I am currently watching it, and it is, in fact, gay. And I'm really enjoying it.
So glad you're watching it.
But my recommendation this week, so the sponsor of this segment, Eric, I live with him. We are married. And on any given week, I'm often out of the house many nights for band rehearsals, dance classes, what have you. And on nights when I'm out, he is watching One Piece, the anime, which I do not watch because there are over 1,200 episodes and it always seems very loud and kind of over the top. It just seems like it's not really for me, but I love that he likes it and like everybody else because it's apparently extremely popular.
Yep.
Eric is a man of singular commitment.
Yes. But recently the second season of the live action came out and Eric thought I would like it and convinced me to watch it. And I do have to say I was not super enthusiastic at first, but then we started watching it and this show has utterly charmed me. It's basically a bunch of misfits who wear ridiculous outfits and ridiculous wigs and they're chasing their dreams and supporting each other and it's absolutely delightful.
Fantastic.
I watched it a couple weeks ago and it's amazing.
It should not be good and yet somehow it is and it's
I love that.
And you can tell everybody on it really loves it. Very, very quick story. I know we're like way over time, but I recently was chatting with somebody who had a One Piece tattoo and I asked her about it and she said she had been into the manga and the anime since she was a kid. And at some point in her life, she realized she was trans, but she was super scared to come out and to actually transition. And then she said she would be like watching One Piece and see these characters that didn't care if they were like weird or loud or silly looking or like they were just going to live their truth and who they wanted to be and like chase their personal freedom no matter the cost. And she said it's what gave her the courage to eventually come out and transition. And it just, it made me so happy. So, I just wanted to share that. So, if you're like me and you do not want to watch a 1,200 plus episodes of an anime, but you would still like a little bit of that silliness in your life, I recommend watching the live action One Piece on Netflix, which consists of only 2 8-episode seasons.
Nice. Awesome. And my recommendation is, I'm not actually sure. I might have recommended this before, but I don't think I have. It's a show called Ghosts. So there is, it started out as a show in the UK. It was incredibly good, super fun. Watch the UK one if you can. And then it got made into an American version. The premise is a couple who go and she inherits a large house, and they decide to go and like do a fixer-upper and make it a bed and breakfast. And as they're doing that, she falls down some stairs and hits her head. And now all of a sudden she can see and hear all the ghosts in that house. And there are, there's an ensemble of crazy ghosts all through it. It's
Are you
really...
telling me Alexander Hamilton is famous and is that asshole?
That's exactly right. It is so much fun, and every character is a delight. It's really, really fun. So yeah, Ghosts UK or Ghosts. Yeah. I believe it's on Amazon Prime.
Seconded. I was sick recently and couldn't handle anything other than sitcoms, and I eventually got a little tired of watching lots of Golden Girls, so I started going back and forth between Golden Girls and Ghosts.
That's such a good show. All right, that is the episode. Thank you for listening. Next week, we will revisit this episode as a second contact and hear Bill and Jim and Jamie's thoughts once they have actually watched it. Jim, thank you so much for joining us today. Tell us, where can people find you?
Not many places, but you can find me on Mastodon, at Arcane Sugar at wandering.shop. And you can find the project I'm working on right now, which is the audiobook for Stealing from Wizards at stealingfromwizards.com.
Which we have recommended in the past.
Multiple times.
It's so fucking good.
Excellent.
Fantastic. Special thanks to our producer, K.O. Myers at Particulate Media, to our friend David for the beautiful cover art, and to John Stephen King for being the voice of our computer. If you like the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast app of choice and tell your friends about it. We really do appreciate it. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook as Enterprise Splaining, and on Blue Sky as at Enterprise Splain. You can also email us any comments or questions, such as, why do we keep seeing Archer's insides? to enterprisesplaining@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. And if you would like to support this podcast, you can find us and buy me a coffee as Enterprise Splaining.
Give us your money.
We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Computer. End program.
Back on Enterprise.
Let's get to the sexy part. Come on, Marie, you're avoiding it. Let's get to the fucking, let's get to the boobs, let's get to the cleavage. Come on.
And that's our stinger.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.